As you can see from the title, today I'll be rambling about a few topics. Please bear with me because this is coming from off the top of my head, and sometimes I'm speaking. While I'm speaking, I have like 10,000 thoughts coming through my mind. If you skip to the end of the video, you can see that I'm making a drawing based on Y2K or early 2000s aesthetic. So I wanted to make this video kind of talking about nostalgia. Over these past recent years, we can see that I've seen a lot more videos and a lot more content about, early 90s aesthetic, early 2000s aesthetic, about how people miss how things used to be. And don't get me wrong, 90s aesthetic, I love me some 90s R&B. I play that almost every day. And I love seeing early 2000s aesthetic. Also, if you're into K-pop, it reminds me of like some things of Y2K reminds me of like aespa. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, I find myself, even though I'm only 21 years old, I still find myself like, oh, I miss music from back then. But it's like nothing stopping me from listening to music back then. Also, there is still music like that from back then. Maybe not the exact same type, but I can still find some music from like underground and underrated artists. I think it's just the habit of trying to go and to look for it because I can be lazy when it comes to that. Even though it's fun to reminisce and just look back at like, oh, I remember when I had this thing. I remember this video I saw. I remember wanting these clothes. And just be fun to, again, reminisce. However, I think sometimes we can get caught up in having our rose-colored glasses on and only thinking about the happy times that we forget, like, hey, there were some things that happened that we couldn't prevent. That some things, traumatic things that happened to us that, we still think about, that we kind of forgot about it in the midst of, just wanted to think of the happy times. And because, it seems like things have gotten worse as we have gotten older. Also, I don't want this to come off as me saying like, oh, you can't reminisce about happy times. I mean, you can't reminisce about how things used to be in the past. I'm just saying, don't get so caught up in reminiscing about the past that you kind of forget to stay in the present, or you overlook how good things have been in the present. I mean, you overlook the good things in your present life. Like, for example, I really miss my childhood home. We had to move out when I was 2015 due to our house foreclosure. And I was just really sad. I miss my friends. I miss my door that was just full of stickers. I miss my room, having my own room in purple. However, with that being said, I forget that. But my friends, the best friends I have in the whole wide world, weren't there during that time. I forget how I was struggling a lot mentally as a child, and I was very confused. And I forget that, my childhood wasn't exactly happy-go-lucky all the time. Like, I remember there were some sad moments during it, and I'm like, oh, I miss TV shows. Everything was better back then. It was, in fact, not. Again, this is not me saying you can't reminisce about the happy times. It's just like, if you keep going to the past, if you keep dwelling on the past, if you keep dwelling on only the happy times, you can forget what to be grateful for in the present, and it can, in a way, make you less hopeful for the future. However, with the topic of nostalgia, it also reminds me of how I have let past things control my core beliefs about myself. Like, I'm the oldest child and the oldest grandchild on my mom's side. As a result, I was met with great expectation, higher standards, and was had to force to grow up. And also, I just remember if I didn't do certain things, I was looked upon as lazy and stuff like that. And that, I just remember one particular day, like a comment of my aunt calling me lazy, saying like, oh, saying you're lazy would be an understatement, and how that has stayed with me for so long time. And I know there are going to be people say like, oh, you got to let that go and stuff like that. However, it's just like, I think it stuck with me because it feels like no matter what I do, I was looked upon more harsher upon my siblings. Like, even if my sister was lazy and they called her that, they still didn't expect as much from her. For me, it's just like, you have to do it. You seem to be more mature, so you have to handle it. And as a result, like being in college currently, and also like having comments, because I'm an introvert, having comments about like how, oh, make sure you don't stay out in your room, like you need to go out more. As a result, I have let that push me to sign up for like 10,000 things in the first semester of being a senior. Like when I say my schedule was packed during my first semester as a senior, I'm currently a senior now, so last semester, let me just say that. When I say my schedule was packed as a semester, I mean packed. I at least went to like 4 or 5 things every day. Well, not 4 or 5 things, at least 3 things. And that's not including all the classes. That's like, I had 2 classes and then I would have 2 events that day. Not to mention hanging out with friends that may have occurred during the week. So like my entire week was taken up and my mental health was all time low. And I was just like, and I was in counseling, but it's hard to rest when you're constantly running in a full-time sprint. And that's what I'm currently learning, is that like, if I want to rest, I have to sorry for saying so many times. If I want to rest, I have to slow down. I have to clear some things out of my schedule. I don't have to do everything. I am not meant to be everything to everyone at all times. Like, I am not a god. I'm just a mere human being. I need alone time. I need personal time. I need rest. And with that being said, it's just realizing I can't let those core beliefs, those past things, keep tripping me up and keep trying to keep tripping me up and keep having this hold on me, because that person probably doesn't even remember saying that thing to me, which sucks, I know. However, even if they meant it as a joke, even if it's just a slight comment, I can't let that control my life forever. I can't let it run me ragged. I can't be free. I can't talk about freedom and enjoy life if I still have these things holding me back. Like, obviously I can still enjoy life, but I can't enjoy it to the fullest extent if I'm letting this thing hold me back, if I'm letting myself believe like I have to be everything for everyone, which is not the case. And to those out there who feel the same, no, you are not meant to be everything for everyone. Like, it is okay to care for people. It is okay to want to do things. It's okay want to be out in your room and travel the world and just be a good friend to people. However, it's also okay to need time to recharge, need time to rest. It's okay if you take more than 2 days to rest, especially if you had a lot going on, or if you didn't have a lot going on. Who's to say? It is your life. Don't let other people's perceptions of you control how you see yourself. They are you. They don't have, how do I want to say it? They are not you. They are not working under the same circumstances as you are. They are not your personality. They don't know what tires you. They don't know. Also, don't try to compare circumstances of, well, they don't seem to be tired, so I shouldn't. No, that doesn't change the fact that your body is tired. It doesn't change that your body needs rest. It's craving rest right now. Just because you feel like you shouldn't be tired doesn't change the fact that you are tired. Just because you feel like you shouldn't be sad doesn't change the fact of whether or not you are sad. Also, I hope this rambling, in the midst of my rambling, is making some type of sense, and I apologize if it does not. But these are just my thoughts on like desire. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Nostalgia and looking back on the past. Like, again, it's okay to reminisce. However, don't let your past control you. Don't let past people's perceptions of you control you, and know that people's perception of you can change. And even if it doesn't change, that's on them. If they don't want to see your greatness now, that's on them. But don't try to base your whole life, your whole core beliefs on that, your whole personality on that. But yeah, that's all I can think of saying right now. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will check out my other videos. If not, that is cool. I hope you have a good day, good evening. And again, thank you for watching.